Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of big business, and let's just say Alaunos Therapeutics is trying to settle some old scores. We are diving into their latest 8K filing, which is basically a snapshot of important company events. Now, this isn't all about soaring profits or groundbreaking new products, but it does shed light on a company dealing with its past. Alright, so what we have here is a filing designated as a Form 8. This is filed when a public company has to announce major events that shareholders should know about. Think of it as the official announcement for significant happenings. This part just lays out the legal basis for filing this report, telling us it is all according to the rules of the Securities Exchange Act. Nothing too exciting here, just the nuts and bolts of corporate reporting. The key date to circle is the 17th of December 2025. This is when the main event we're talking about today actually went down, and the company in focus is Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated. Remember that name, as their actions are what this report is all about. So Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated is incorporated in Delaware. This is pretty standard for many companies in the US. This is their commission file number, like a unique ID for the Securities and Exchange Commission. And this number, 84 to 1,475,642. That is their IRS employer identification number. It is like a social security number for businesses. This is their principal executive office address. You can see they are located in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, let's look at what the company has publicly traded. They have common stock with a par value of $0.001 per S-share. This is like the basic building block of ownership in the company. And if you want to find their stock, its ticker symbol is TCRT. You can trade this stock on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. That is a major stock exchange. Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated is not checking the box to be considered an emerging growth company. This means they likely have to follow more stringent reporting rules than a startup might. This is where the story really gets interesting. Item 1.01 tells us about a significant agreement the company has entered into, and that agreement is with the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, or MD Anderson as we'll call them. So the big news is that Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated has settled a dispute with MD Anderson. This dispute was all about unpaid invoices from a research and development agreement they had back in 2019. Basically, it seems Alaunos owed MD Anderson money for services or research, and they've now hammered out a deal to clear the slate. And how are they clearing the slate? Well, Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated has agreed to pay a total of $285,055. That is the final number to settle all those old outstanding invoices. The payment is not a lump sum. They're paying it out in installments. The first big chunk, $142,528, is due very soon by the 30th of December 2025. That is just about 2 weeks from when this report was filed. Then they'll make smaller payments of $28,506 each month. These are spread out through the first half of 2026, ending in May. This is a structured way to handle the debt, likely to ease the financial burden on the company. What is also important is that this settlement comes with a mutual release. That means both Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated and MD Anderson are agreeing not to sue each other over these past issues, with some standard exceptions. This is pretty typical in settlement deals, ensuring that once the agreement is signed and payments are made, the slate is wiped clean for both parties regarding these specific unpaid invoices, though there are carve-outs for things like breaking the settlement itself. If you want to see the exact legal document, you can find it filed as Exhibit 10.1. This is the full official settlement agreement. Item 9.01 is where they list all the exhibits that are part of this filing. And indeed, Exhibit 10.1 is listed as the settlement agreement, dated the 17th of December 2025, the very agreement we've been discussing. Now, who signed off on this report for Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated? It is Holger Weiss, acting as the Chief Executive Officer. Yes, Holger Weiss, the CEO, is the one officially attesting to the accuracy of this filing. So, what does this all mean? Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated is settling a financial dispute. This isn't a sign of explosive growth, but it is a sign of a company cleaning up its past obligations. The amount, $285,055, is not astronomical for a publicly traded company, but it is significant enough that they are paying it in installments. This suggests they might be a bit tight on immediate cash flow. The fact that they are resolving this dispute with a major institution like MD Anderson is a positive step for managing their corporate affairs. It allows them to close a chapter on past financial entanglements and focus on their future. However, it also highlights that they had unpaid invoices from a 2019 agreement that are only now being settled. Looking ahead, investors will want to see how Alaunos Therapeutics Incorporated manages its finances moving forward. Are they generating enough revenue to cover their ongoing costs and debt payments? This settlement shows a commitment to meeting financial obligations, which is crucial for maintaining trust with partners and shareholders. Without seeing their broader financial statements, it is hard to say if this is a blip on the radar or part of a larger financial picture. Alright, that is our breakdown of Alaunos Therapeutics, Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think settling old debts is a good sign or a worrying one? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate documents. Don't forget to check out the Discord community linked in the description below, where we discuss these filings and more. Thanks for watching. See you next time.